Hi there, everyone. Robin Moser with Remax Realty Professionals, along with Anna and Victoria. And we're here today for the Tipsy Realtor. And we're making a pretty cool cocktail called the Lilac Lady. We are again in the month of women and celebrating women. So today we're going to talk about the history of women in real estate. And you guys are going to be pretty surprised by the amount of impact women have made in real estate and how far we've come in such a short period of time.
Yeah, and just wait till you see the cocktail.
Oh my God,
God,
gorgeous.
It's gorgeous.
It looks very
wait to try it.
It's a very pretty girl cocktail.
Yes, it is. So it's all about women. And as we know, International Women's Day coming on March 8th. And
Favorite day of the year other than my birthday?
Yeah. It's not her birthday.
No, my birthday is my other favorite day of the year.
Oh, okay.
That's reasonable, right?
Yes, absolutely. Okay, let's start with the cocktail, Robin. So we got the ingredients on the screen.
So we've got our shaker here full of ice.
Yep.
And I've actually made what is called lavender syrup. So what I did is I actually took lavender that I took from my garden in the summer. You can also buy it in a herb store or whatever. Yeah. And then I put it in with water and sugar and boiled it until it became kind of more of a syrupy liquid. Let it cool, poured it out, and actually, did you smell it?
Yeah, it smells amazing.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
And so did you use the dry lavender there?
I did. I grew lavender in my garden this summer, and then when it bloomed, I took it out and I dried it, and then I put it in a bottle and saved it for later because I love cooking with lavender.
Well, it smells amazing. So we're gonna put
a half ounce of the lavender oil into the glass. 0.85 of an ounce of lemon juice.
And that's freshly squeezed.
Yep.
Robin's like, I've been squeezing it all morning.
And then 0.85 of London dry gin. And then 0.85 of Empress. Now, what I love about Empress gin is it's actually famously made in Victoria.
Yeah, so it's a local Canadian gin.
I didn't do this, did I?
No, you haven't done that yet.
And they have a gorgeous color.
Yes. What we like about Empress is it does bring a beautiful color to drinks, and it does change the color depends on what you mix.
Oh yes, thank you. I forgot the egg whites.
Oh.
Thank you. Goodness, Victoria is on it today.
Somebody has to be.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm having a very dramatic day.
Yeah.
Being very dramatic.
It's a very dramatic episode today. So it's going to be very dramatic. You have to speak it dramatically.
That's not dramatic enough?
That's what it's
All right, and then we're putting these into martini glasses because we kind of like the look of it, and I feel like it kind of gives it that space and that look for the garnish and everything to breathe.
I think martini, coupe glass, any of those kind of like more like flower open white glasses will look beautiful. Yeah,
it's grayish.
Yeah,
whitish, purplish color.
Purple.
Now the only thing though is because it has the egg and everything in it, you want to double strain it, not single strain it. So that's why I'm doing the 2 strainers on it.
And we garnish it with a beautiful.
So we're doing a dry
orchid.
We're doing dry.
It's a lemon.
Lemon, Jesus.
Lemon dried slice.
And orchid flower.
And actually, the orchid flower is from some orchids that Anna's mom gave me, and they're the best orchids ever.
I feel like I want to just keep this forever. Look how beautiful. Cheers, lady.
Cheers.
Oh, it's so girly.
It's so pretty it's just too pretty to drink. Okay, let's try this.
It's sweet, actually. Well, it should be with all the syrups, but it's nice. It's a nice sweet.
Yeah. Lavender, you can feel the lavender.
You can taste the botanicals in it.
Wow.
It's really, really girly.
Yeah, very nice. Yeah, it's sweet, but it's not like a sugary sweet because it's very nicely balanced with the lemon juice that we added. And yeah, like gin is just like very refreshing in a way.
I think that this would be actually a type of cocktail that would be super impressive if you had, even guys or girls over to serve, especially with the right garnish. It would be a really, really nice. You could even do.
Can you see how beautiful it is? It's gorgeous. I absolutely love it. What a great drink. I mean, if you want to impress in your
100%.
dinner party, this is it. And if you're having girly events, themes, amazing. Yeah, and I think it's quite easy to make. I definitely was wondering how would it be without the foam if you want to skip the egg whites.
I don't know. The egg whites certainly do bring the foam and kind of that thickness to it. And for the syrup, once you make it, I personally would store it in my fridge, not in your liquor cabinet.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. It actually does go bad.
It
because
does.
I did like experiments with it.
Yeah.
And it's kind of yeah, but what a great drink. I am super impressed. I think it's like one of the prettiest drinks we ever made. Yeah.
All right. So
Made my day.
now, speaking of making people's
Yes.
day, so women, believe it or not, so one of the most interesting facts I've always found in real estate is that women were actually not allowed to get mortgages without a male cosigner or at all until 1971. So when I say that women have made their way in real estate in such a short period, you think about that. 1971, up before that, we weren't even allowed to get mortgages without a male cosigner because we were deemed untrustworthy.
Right. And then you remember even before that, it's not only we couldn't get the mortgage, actually the state could not go to a woman. So let's say husband passed away.
Yeah.
He couldn't actually assign it to his wife.
Really?
Yes.
Oh
It
my
would have
gosh.
been a male owner, and that would like it was still was like early 900s.
That's so sad.
So and I know there was a lot of wealthy families, and obviously there are some men who loved their wives and respected them, that they did had to fight for the law to assign, because they might have not had a male or heir. They may have daughters, or they didn't wanted to marry off the daughter and pass the estate to the guy who got married into the family. They want to keep it within the family, and they had to fight the law in order to do that.
We were actually really fortunate because one lady whose house we listed actually not even that long ago was one of the first women to actually be able to get a mortgage in the province of Alberta, which was a really interesting conversation to have with her, and such an honor to actually sit down and chat with her about it, because it was so neat to talk and listen and hear all the stuff that she went through, forging the way for women's rights in everywhere. She was in the army. She was one of the first women to get a mortgage. She was an amazing, amazing woman. And we were,
to be honest, like, and you did tell me that story before. She was in her 90s, right?
She was. She was awesome.
Yeah, and but all like people's like, oh yeah, like we cannot connect to, like, if we don't know somebody who in the 90s, and how I have, like, honestly, it just came to me, and sorry for interrupting, but like we all girls, like most of us watch Sex in the City.
Yeah.
And I remember when Miranda went and bought her first apartment because she was a successful lawyer, and she decided to go buy something. And as she's sitting in a law office signing the documents, and they kept saying, "Do you have a husband? Is he need to come?" I was like, "Nope, single, just for me." It's like, "Do your dad's gonna co-sign for this?" Like, "Nope, just me." But the thing is, like, I mean, when Sex and the City was happening, late 1990s and early 2000s, and that was still part of the show when the woman went to buy an apartment in New York by herself, and it was a joke that she had to say, "Yes, I am buying it for myself, and I am single."
Well, even when
fortunately nowadays the situation
It
is
is
different,
better,
and that really makes women happy.
Yeah, but like it's just like it's not a long time ago.
It's not. Well, I started real estate in 1998, and in 1998, I routinely was asked if I was someone's assistant instead of being assumed that I was a real estate agent.
Yeah.
And routinely I have people, not as much anymore, but they used to call and they'd ask if they could talk to Robin. Is he there? I'm like, well, she's here, yeah. But this is about other women in real estate. So in the 1908 is actually the entire membership of real estate was actually men, even though despite 3,000 women were working in the brokerages nationally. Yeah. So you can see how big that has changed since over the year, because now we actually have a 50-50 split when it comes to real estate agents and brokers. And actually, when I started real estate, there was only one female broker in Calgary.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And now actually I would say that we've got I would say almost 50-50 on female brokers to male brokers in real estate in Calgary now, which is actually pretty cool.
Yeah, because we're equal.
Yeah. And even when you look at real estate in regards to, I think we had our first female chair of the Calgary Real Estate Board and of the Alberta Real Estate Association. I think that all happened. We were fortunate that it happened in like the 80s.
Oh,
but that was the first chair of the real estate board here in Calgary.
I do find that, especially in Calgary real estate board, we do get like very many, like tons of women actually get involved to be on the board, being elected as a chairs in the board, and a lot of other parts of Calgary real estate board, not just our charitable foundations. So, which is basically run by women.
Yeah. And in the 1950s, actually, most real estate boards is when they dropped their gender discriminatory laws that would limit women and what they were allowed to do as real estate boards and real estate members. And now, over 60 years later, 67% of realtors are women.
Yeah.
So talking about the first woman who joined the real estate, it was back in 1950s, and the first one was Abby Halliday. She was the owner of a hat boutique, but she was not really satisfied with the income, and she decided to go to real estate. And she died 2015, just recently, and still her real estate company remains the biggest in Texas and the 10th in national.
Oh, cool. Yeah, that's awesome. Just kind of went from fashion to real estate. I think that goes hand to hand to me personally.
And then we have Dorcas Helfant, who was the first female president of the National Association of Realtors. She was elected to her office in 1992 and was the first woman to serve as president of her association. And she was with the Caldwell Bankers firms, and she had a long, effective career track as associates as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's so amazing that one of the things that's gonna hit like home to me, because commercial real estate is very low, even like to this day. How many women go into commercial real estate? We do call it old boys club.
Yeah, we do. It is a boys club.
So I say it's like when we say like for the residential, we've seen a very big split. Even probably more women now go into residential real estate. But in commercial, we're still seeing probably like around like 30 to 35% of professional commercial realtors are women compared to how many men. And I'm not exactly sure what the industry is, but I remember I tried to be a commercial realtor for a big commercial firm, and after being, I would say, 6 or 7 years in residential real estate, I was offered position of bringing coffee and analysis. And
Absolutely.
I said, no, I'll make more money doing what I do. And, I mean, my being in with the Remax Realty Professionals, I obviously practice residential and commercial real estate. So but I didn't want it to start on the complete bottom after having such a great, experience and studying from zero in a big commercial firm. But there are women like Tracy Dodson she's a New Yorker, who paved her way to a lot of women in commercial real estate. And I'm just kind of trying to read it, but there are like some of the richest women, like billionaire, like Jane Goldman was said like she was one of the Forbes 400 real estate billionaires who built like this empire again in New York City. And also Lisa Rogers, who was a founder of Women's Real Estate Network. And these women, they're the one who actually change how we empower women, how we educate women to not only work in real estate, but invest into real estate.
Absolutely.
And I think us three women here who, I mean, we have different experiences, how long we've been in real estate, but we do, I think, agree on that investing in real estate is one of the probably best things we can teach another woman.
And we need to mention Catherine Bauer.
Catherine Bauer,
who was the author of the book Modern Housing, and as well she was an author of Housing Act of 1937.
Yeah, like what a big deal, right? Like, I mean, thanks to those women who have knocked the doors, I mean, Robin's still knocking the doors, but, if somebody doesn't do it, like there's always going to be somebody who needs to do it for us, as we're going to be doing it for our next generations, right?
Absolutely. And, this is the biggest thing is to remember is that we're all in this together, whether it be men, whether it be women, but women do have different challenges. And I know that like the three of us, we all have children. We're all moms. We're all realtors. We're business women on top of it. And we have to be able to balance that. And I don't think that we could do it without each
Yeah.
other. And I certainly appreciate having them here. And I know that we're always here trying to make sure that we're all being able to have some type of work life balance because it is hard. And don't get me wrong,
Yeah.
I love and appreciate my husband. He does a lot for me and he is a great man. But it's just there are different roles and expectations when it comes to women.
Yeah, but all women have the quality of trying to help other, especially when you're a
Absolutely.
mom, and it's really, really beneficial in this profession because you want to actually help, not just to make some money or whatever.
Yeah, you know what? Obviously, like well, besides you, Robin and I started in real
Thank you.
estate before we were
You're
Thank you.
okay.
no, she, you started real estate because you've been a parent already. We started real estate before we were parents. So we actually got to experience how amazing this industry could be for the girls who are single, who are dating, we're working mad different hours.
Hey, whoa. I married my
No.
third client.
No,
Oh my God.
see, she found her clients, I mean, her husband through in working in real estate. And honestly, like, it's very different. You can change how you work based on your, like, family status, your
Absolutely.
lifestyle, things like this. You can work as hard or as little. It all depends on your goals and goals and how much you're able to work because we all come different. I can tell, like, I was definitely doubting as a new mom how much I can do in real estate because the hours were different. I had to change how I work because I got used to one
Absolutely.
schedule. Now it's different, right?
But this
With
is about flexibility.
Yeah.
It allows
And it's
you to
about
be
But at the end of the
flexible.
day, I was like, when I was thinking, like, well, maybe I should go and change my job after, like, being a new mom. And it's like, well, the kid gets sick. Who's gonna, like, let me go all the time? Now it's like, oh, my daughter is sick. I'm gonna, like, hang out at home or whatever. Like, it's just to work from home. I have two team members who can help me
Absolutely.
out. Like, it's amazing. Like, I
It
don't
is.
think I can do 9 to 5 job where, like, I would be so flexible.
Okay, but shout out to Charlene because none of us could function without Charlene. Let's be
Yeah,
honest.
exactly.
Charlene.
Charlene, our office manager, who keeps us organized,
Yeah.
and also who is a mom and a woman of real estate.
Absolutely.
Yes.
We would all fall apart without her.
Yeah,
Definitely.
she takes care of us. But in terms of like women in real estate, it just doesn't matter if you're a realtor, if you're an office assistant, if you support some supportive role anyway. Like, it's just amazing how much we come together and we empower each other. Before I switched to Remax, because which is like a level up for the brokerage you have to perform, I had to sit down with the two women from our office and interview them.
Really?
Yeah, I was like, because I wasn't sure if I can do, like,
The
the
Remax
level up, right?
Yeah.
Because again, like, I was like, how you guys do it? They're like, well, groceries gets delivered, like,
Oh, yeah, I love
shopping
groceries.
online. So they
Oh,
were doing
grocery
online
delivery is
shopping
awesome.
before even COVID things started.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, and we just kind of switch. Sometimes you have to drop your kids at the friend's house or take them to work. Like, my daughter was doing open houses with me and showing homes. She
Yeah.
was a
No,
baby,
I
right?
have 4 kids waiting for me in the car when I had like the prepossession walk like for an hour and say, "Oh my God, where are you?"
See, and
moving?"
it's funny because my kids are old enough now. They're like 13 and 17. They're like, can I come with you? And I'm like, no. Stay
Well,
home.
I just feel like, that's a future realtor in training,
I know.
But I do hope she'll be an architect.
There you go. All right. Well, thank you
Yeah.
so much, but we're going to talk about fun stuff.
Fun stuff. So it's a March 1st today, so that means with the February behind us, and it's a prize time.
It is prize time.
Yeah.
So prize time, we're giving away 6 of these beer mugs. And Anna has all the names of all the wonderful people who have
Yes.
liked and shared our show. And thank you. And I hope whoever uses our beer mugs is able to take them and use them with green beer on St. Patty's Day. Because that's what it's all about.
It's spinning. Boom.
Who is it?
Oleg
Gulov.
Gulov.
There you go.
Congratulations. You got beer mugs, and we'll contact you so you can, show us some pictures after with your
Please.
green beer.
We love it when you
With your green beer.
We love it when you use the prizes and then you tag us in them on Facebook so we can see. So please, please,
Yes,
please
and
do
don't
that.
forget, we do have that contest going. Suggest your favorite cocktails that you think we can use for season 4, and we'll put real estate topics with your favorite cocktails.
Now we are starting
I want that.
March with this sign. So it lights up. We obviously are plugging it in right now,
Yeah.
but we're lighting up the month
Yeah.
of March
Yes.
with our beautiful bar sign
Yeah.
that lights up neon. So when you do have your people over in your sexy bar, you
Yeah.
can have that to make it
It's
look
like a
more
nightlife
official.
for
Yeah,
the- oh my God.
exactly. All right. So
What are we doing next week?
like and share our show.
Yes.
Because that is how you're going to enter the draw. And you can like and share it as many times as you can. So don't worry
Yes,
about
your
that.
name will be unentered multiple times.
Yeah, and any platform like YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn,
Okay.
TikTok, everywhere.
We have to talk about TikTok. Have you heard the drama?
No.
What?
We'll
It's
talk
the most
later.
dramatic episode.
Most dramatic. We'll talk about it later. But there's drama with TikTok.
Oh no.
Okay, next week. I won't be here because I have to go to a business meeting in Costa Rica.
So we'll be very busy.
I'll be very busy. But next week you will be with Anna and Victoria talking about Coco Chanel Martini and doing designer closets. I
Oh my
love
God, so
designer
excited.
closets.
It's like a dream come true. I have a good closet, but it's not designer. But we've seen some of the homes
Yeah.
with the sexiest closets ever.
Yeah, we need to show some pictures.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we'll have some amazing closet talk next week. I will be thinking of you while I
Closet talk.
sit there in Costa Rica having business meetings.
Yes,
I promise.
Business
Yeah,
meetings.
sure.
Well, we're gonna make sure you get the recipe, so maybe you can make it. The drink.
Sure.
Yep.
And I'll take
Yeah.
a picture of it on my deck in Costa Rica.
That's right, exactly, with the palm tree. Yeah. So we'll use it as our Instagrammable post.
All right.
And yes, again, the news came out today. You guys saw the big headline. The inventory is the lowest has been since 2006. So
I've been saying that for years. Our inventory was so low and it was so bad.
yeah.
It's really bad.
So inventory zero pretty much on the market. Lots of buyers are looking to buy. Don't think that interest rates that have been going up been scaring people. In Alberta, especially Calgary, we have tons of buyers who are looking for places to live for various reasons because we have new job opportunities. We have a huge migration into provincial migration into Calgary for jobs, opportunities, and affordable real estate. So I think it's very important. If you guys thinking of doing the move, talk to us. We'll plan it for you. The phone is on the screen. Robin, myself, and Victoria are here to answer all your questions and build your plan.
And if you know a woman, no matter if she's your spouse, your partner, your friend, your family member, anyone, please yourself, exactly. Sometime this month in March, do something special for them. Buy them flowers, give them a hug, tell them they're special. It is Women's Month.
Yes. And let's cheers to
Cheers.
the
Cheers
first
for that.
women who paved their way in real estate for us.
Bye, guys.
Bye.